Ray Fiennes wants to do another acting job, The Constant Lardner.
The Constant Lardner would be a great movie, like a biopic about that time to make the donuts guy.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When life goes so fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins and make adjustments for the rest of the year.
Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. So take a moment.
Visit BetterHelp.com/GPT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT. Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population, you. Population Karmel.
Yeah.
The cliffs and ocean of Ian Karmel. Like, they should give you the key to that city.
I wouldn't mind the key to
Carmel,
that
California.
city. Carmel,
you take
California.
over where Clint Eastwood left
Yeah.
off. Clint Eastwood's time is done.
You know they
Time's
have
up,
an
bitch.
ordinance there where you're not allowed to eat ice cream cones?
What?
Yeah, they don't sell ice cream cones in the city limits of Carmel, California.
Because why? They're
They're by the
ruining the
sea.
landscape?
Because they thought the ice cream dripped onto the sidewalks or something like that. They honestly outlawed ice cream cones.
That's an Eastwood law.
So
It's an
that is an
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
That
is such so then what I would say is do a cone dipped into a cup. Put the cone
Hey,
upside
I
down
love
into
that.
a cup and you're
Cone
welcome.
cup it.
What they're saying is we don't trust you guys to have maintenance.
Yeah,
It's
they don't,
literally
right?
the most like we're going to baby you people in Carmel.
And
Well,
it
yours
seems
is
to
with
be
a K.
working.
This
Yours is with a
Carmel
K.
would like to be babied, by the way. I'm
Okay.
I'm available for it.
Can someone please baby this guy?
You baby me already, baby?
You are He's a
phenomenal.
multi-hyphenate. A phenomenal writer and unbelievable
Thank you.
stand-up, and your podcast is amazing. And now we can add author to that. You've got a book. We'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about it now because we got dumb to get to, and I know you love to get to the dumb. So
Love to
Jay,
get to the dumb.
Jump into a story. All right, here we go. This is sent in by Jason Bullitt, Hard Factor J at IEYEBEEJAYBEE. IBJB.
I want Jason, before we get to this, I want all Jasons to know that I wore a bucket hat to this podcast, but we are wearing headphones, so I can't wear the bucket hat.
The bucket hat is
Yes.
dope. The
But
bucket
I
hat
did
is
bring a
pretty
bucket
good.
hat.
We did a walk. We did a walk and shop with him.
Can we address it?
Let's
Can we address the
walk and
rumors?
shop.
Can we address the
We did a
rumors?
walk and shop in Austin with the entire comedy festival. He's just walking. We're like, hey man, you want to go walk up to the store? He's like, sure. It was
We're
like
an
before
hour.
we walk you up there, let me just say you're going to drop a lot of money there.
Yes.
And you are going to love their stuff, and you are going to look great in it. And we are sorry for how much you're about to spend. We gave you that disclaimer.
Yes, you did. And it was
did.
Stag Provisions in Austin. Shout out to all of them.
All
Shout out to the big
Chase.
Chase.
He's a great dude.
Great
the
dude.
biggest buff looks like a pre-good steroids.
Oh, yeah.
NFL lineman.
Like
NFL
lineman
lineman, yes.
from the 80s, but he's doing it natural. Just buff,
Natural. All
well-dressed.
nat.
What were you at playing weight, Chase? 290? You 290?
290.
You wear it well, dude.
You know Chase had that big out-of-the-pads neck roll. Like
you
the
mean the
bull
Auburn,
ring.
the Auburn
The
linebacker neck
Auburn,
roll?
like
Sure,
neck roll,
sure.
heavy, like
The Bosworth? as
had
they
to.
call it?
And he's out there just like not even upselling in a bad way,
Just
but
being
just
honest.
being
like,
honest.
This is good. This is cool. It's like, I'm your size. You look great. Anyway, it was like
Phenomenal.
It was, and then we just walked and talked about life and comedy and everything. It was
good day.
quite
I think there
beautiful.
was a period where we went over every World Series winner from like 1970 until
We talked Pete
present
Rose.
day.
We talked Pete Rose.
It was great.
All right, let me get into this story.
And we talked about how hot Dan Van Kirk is.
Hey.
And how
Yes.
great- and how excited we are about Mustache Summer.
Mustache
Me too.
Summer.
Dan,
Let's do it.
you're jumping in on that, right?
Yes.
Mustache
All right.
love. Watch, tune in, you'll find out. Okay. Florida man says he was forced to pay nearly, and we'll get into how much later, to get pet tortoise back. How do you lose a Like tortoise? a ransom? How
Yeah, like a
negligent do
city
you
thing?
have to be to lose your tortoise?
Or slow.
you just let him go?
They move slow, but they disappear fast.
Is that what it is?
Is that true? I don't know.
You
but
talking
it
about
sounds like a
girlfriends
good
or
rule.
tortoises?
It does
Sounds like a
sound good.
Mogwai rule and a rule for turtles.
And for like love and
Love.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Our relationship
It'll move
moves slow,
slow,
but
it'll
it disappears
disappear
fast.
fast.
This is it. No, it's like that's like losses in your life move slow through your life.
Sure.
And victories
Disappear fast.
I saw a tortoise one. I was on Sanibel Island in Florida.
Brag.
And I saw a tortoise, and it was probably it was almost the size of this like red table. It
That's
was
a hefty.
so I wanted to pick it up and hug it. It was so cool, but I just let it be like on the side of the road. What if that was someone's tortoise? Like there's no
Could've been.
collar. You can't wear a
Could
collar.
have been this
on
guy,
tortoise.
Largo, Florida. A Largo man is upset and pursuing potential legal action after he said he was forced to pay nearly, and we'll get into it later, to get his missing pet tortoise back from the animal sanctuary owner who picked him up. Oh, so now this guy's like, I got him. You aren't. He's punishing him.
Less of a sanctuary, more of an extortion rack is what it's
Right.
to me.
Sanctuary is like, come on in. We'll take care of you.
Hey, I'd hate to see your tortoise wind up in the sanctuary.
Be a shame if something happened to a shell.
Be awful if we honored its tradition as a creature here amongst its peers. That'd be terrible.
You know what I like? I like a little tortoise soup. Yeah, you put it in the shell,
I think
turtle
he
soup.
likes it. I think
It's like
he likes
French
it. He
onions.
likes the sanctuary.
Yeah, he likes a little
He
bit.
likes it. Yeah.
A bit.
Maybe I'd give him a little piece of lettuce and watch him eat it real slow. Maybe something like that.
He likes
would
your
help.
place so much. Maybe he doesn't leave there.
Maybe he doesn't leave it.
If
Maybe
he likes your place so much.
maybe I'm give him a little above ground swimming pool. It's funny. It's funny. It's his size.
Johnny 3 times is going to tell you if we're going to keep him. We going to keep him?
We're gonna keep him. We're gonna keep him. We're gonna keep him.
He said it. He said it. All right, here we go. Ready for this?
Ducks. He likes the ducks. The ducks like him. He looks at it. Look at this duck's going that way. This
All
duck's
right,
going that
easy,
way. and the
Johnny
turtle's
3
like, what do you want
times.
from me?
Johnny 3 times. Take it easy. Easy.
Thank you, Ian. Ian's picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best scene in any movie ever.
I know.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me? This dog's looking this way. This dog's looking that way. This guy's like, what do you want
It was
from
his
me?
paw. His paw. His hoof. His hoof. I was hoof.
The mom's artwork. And by the way, is that
She just had
Scorsese's
down
mom?
at the table. Yes, it's his mom.
Scorsese's
Yeah.
mom.
She just had down at the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You painted it. This one's this way. This one's looking this way.
What do you want from me?
Looks like someone we know.
So we know.
Oh, it does look like.
Welcome back to Four Guys Talking About a Movie from
Welcome back
5 years
to
ago.
movie references without the bass line.
Just sorry. Freewheeling. All right. Ready for this guy's name? I love it so much. Merrick Westland. Merrick Westland.
Westland. Sanctuary or turtle owner?
That's turtle owner. Says that it was nearly a month ago when he came home from his job as a charter boat fishing captain.
Which was so hard to get him confirmed.
Yeah.
Confirming Merrick Westland to be a charter
was
boat.
tough.
Oh,
Everybody
It was
tried to
tough. We needed
block
every
it.
vote.
Everybody.
Every vote.
You know who really tried to block it? The stevedore.
You send your kid to Merrick. What's the guy's name again? Merrick West.
Merrick
Westward, good son.
Merrick Westland.
Merrick Westland. It does sound like a bougie LA high school.
Yeah,
right?
100%
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Dude, who are we playing this week? Sierra Canyon plays Merrick Westland.
You know, she got
In the
into
finals.
she got into Crossroads, but we really feel like Merrick Westland.
You know,
is
it's
surpassed.
actually more value for your dollar,
Yeah.
and they don't even push the Catholicism.
No, it's like it's optional. It's there.
Well, it's there,
there.
Harvard Westlake, but I do like Merrick They Westland. just call it a chapel. They let you meditate.
They run the Ivies every year. They get one
do.
kid into each Ivy.
Run the Ivies.
All right, what do you do?
So his beloved howled African sulcata tortoise Shelby was Shelby.
Shelby.
chance this
More
turtle's
credit.
older than he is.
How old is this tortoise? We know they get old. How old was his missing tortoise?
I'm gonna go
His
young.
African.
I'm gonna go 12.
12 years old.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ian? Entering puberty.
58 years old.
50. I was going to
58.
say 35. 35 years old. Get your answers.
I mean,
in.
he's got to freeze his eggs now.
Shout at your ham radio. This
Not too late,
African sulcata tortoise, Shelby, 18 years old.
Okay,
18?
that's kind of in the range.
Did you guys
Old enough to vote.
Did you recently see that thing that blew up? Science facts when they go viral, it's always fun. That alligators and crocodiles do not die of old age.
What do they
What?
die of?
They'll die of any sort of natural predator or some sort of injury or something like
What
that.
natural predator? do
So
they
what
have?
happens if they don't die? then?
Hunting. But they will just they don't think they have an age. They're not immortal. They can't be killed. They can die, but they will just not die from old age.
Oh my god!
So they can live indefinitely.
I heard someone say that, like, the fact that cells age. Oh, you know what I heard? I saw it in the movie Annihilation. That
Okay.
cells, the fact that they age is a genetic defect. Like,
Yes.
they're not supposed to do that.
Right.
That's like a defect. Cells
Oh
are
my
just supposed to
God.
keep
God,
splitting and
Annihilation's
splitting and
such a
splitting.
great movie.
Ooh, it's a good movie.
The bear.
Yeah.
I know. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who
Scream!
I haven't seen it.
Oh
I haven't
my
seen it.
God.
I gotta see
You
it.
got to see that. It's a motion picture. I think it's directed by Merrick Westland.
Merrick Westland did direct it.
Some of his finest work.
Alex Garland.
Merrick Westland and A24. All right. Westland says he began posting signs around his neighborhood calling the SPCA animal control to see if they took his tortoise in, checking
Joel
social
McHale came
media.
I don't know. He's
social
18.
media,
He can kind of live wherever he wants to live.
and posting for info.
I think the turtle likes it over here.
This is where he says,
Okay.
I don't know who's saying this, posting info to his large social media audience.
Okay.
Why does that need to be in the article?
Why is it?
Oh no! You know
Make
what
sure
I think?
it's large.
No, I think the turtle
Has
has
a
a large
large
social
Oh.
media.
Yeah, Jay. I think you read that
You might
wrong.
be right.
I think you read that.
You might
wrong.
be crazy,
You might be right.
or you just might be the turtle that I'm looking for.
Turn out the lights.
All right, here we go.
Don't try to save me. It's the turtle.
All right, it's the turtle. He believes the tortoise broke out of her enclosure and threw the fence in his backyard.
Yeah.
Through the fence.
Through the fence. Went under the fence.
So if the turtle wants to
escape.
get away that much,
If it wants to get away that badly, let it go.
You lose a turtle or a tortoise. That's on. You just got to let that go, man. That's God.
that is God
That's
and the
God
turtle.
doing that.
Right? That's God
That's
saying
God
he
doing
taking
that.
him
Also,
out.
how great that if it did want to get away, it did find itself in a sanctuary.
Right.
Yes.
What a great
Could have
outcome.
been in
if
a
you're-
Instead of on the
Walmart.
street.
Yes.
No.
Stealing
Turtles on the
dope,
streets, big problem in Largo, Florida.
slanging rocks.
Slinging a rock, hanging with the wrong
Fighting
crowd.
crime, hanging with rats, down to the
Oh,
sewers,
my
eating
God.
pizza.
Like just getting into a deep relationship with a nutria.
Yeah, the Foot Clan are just a bunch of freedom-loving patriots.
That's all
as far
they
as
are.
I'm concerned. I'm
That's
sorry.
all they are.
I'm sorry. Is that a crime?
That was just
Is
an
that
unorganized tour of the sewers.
Yeah.
That's all the
That
Foot
was.
Clan was doing.
That's all they were doing. Okay. A few weeks later, he says a neighbor reached out and said that this wildlife place may possibly have my tortoise, Westland explained, believing that it was picked up close to his home. He was ecstatic to know that Shelby was safe and called Vernon Yates.
Vernon Yates.
Stephen's
Elton
evil
Yates.
brother.
Vernon Yates.
Okay, 100%. We all agree. And I'm saying this because part of me worries about it.
Yeah.
18 years, assumedly, with a turtle.
Yeah.
You could recognize it on sight.
Sure.
That's
absolutely.
a great question.
If you called it, would it come?
But I'm
Or-
saying just on sight, you would be able to know right away
That's my
your
turtle.
If
Right?
you touched
think.
it the right way, would it come?
Hopefully.
If you tickled it. Also, if that turtle kind of went off the rails, could you call it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? It is
what I'm
18.
saying.
It's 18. It is 18.
It's 18.
It is 18.
If it had like a,
It broke through a fence,
it broke through a fence. That's not something a turtle.
out of an enclosure,
It can break dance.
stealth like a ninja.
It does have nunchucks.
Have you ever heard
None.
turtles or tortoises having sex?
No.
Tortoise.
Oh man,
Yeah, they get it's on top. and
They like crawl on top of
the
each other.
shell.
They're very horny creatures.
Yes.
They're always trying to go for it because it's very hard for them to actually make it
Sure, I
happen.
mean, it's-
Sure.
And they're like, like
Yeah.
they really like they.
I mean, a lot of people are like that, but
a lot of people are like
I mean,
that.
a lot of people like maybe that's how they do it. Like
They
we
let
should
their
make fun of
freak
these turtles.
I saw 2 sea turtles having sex on the beach in Mexico.
No
Move
way.
on. We're moving on.
That's
That's
a postcard.
unbelievable.
That would. Did you?
You know what
pay
that
for it, or
means?
did you,
I paid for it.
6 more weeks of vacation.
They brought me there.
Okay,
what that
the operator, Vernon Yates of the Wildlife Rescue Rehabilitation near Seminole, Florida, describing Shelby and her unique shell markings. This
Okay,
guy's like,
so you know
"Yeah,
the
he
shell
knows."
markings.
He knows.
And listen to what this clown says.
Stephen Yates.
Vernon Yates. He says, "Yes, I have her." And the first,
What's it to you, bitch?
And then the first thing out of his mouth was, "It's going to cost you a lot of money."
Oh my god.
He's running a racket, this bitch.
Seriously, like if a dog, would you
That's
do that
exactly what I
if a
was gonna
dog
say.
broke
Right.
free? Someone's like, "Where's my dog?" Oh, I have your dog. Enjoy your life and your dog. I'm not asking for any money.
I feel like it would be illegal if you found someone's dog and then we're like, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Right?
How much you want it back?
I think
Let's find out how much you want
Although,
this back.
unlike a dog, I feel like
What are you willing to give for it?
I don't know if turtles do like recognize their owners and like want to like go
What they
towards
do
them.
is they get up
But
on
it
their
would
hind
be
legs and
hard.
they're like,
It would be hard maybe to prove that is your turtle. But he probably has pictures of the shell markings.
You have
Yeah.
pictures.
Actually, he can prove it. He can
Oh,
prove
dude,
it. I
he's
take it
got-
back.
he's-
I thought it out as I spoke.
Just go through every single birthday party he's thrown for this
I
turtle.
want this to go through like
hope
Judge
so.
Judy. All right, so here we go. Westland, who says Yates wants him to shell out more than how much?
Shell out.
Shell
out.
out.
Some
How much money?
greenbacks,
So
huh?
let's get into it
New
right
York
now.
Post.
How much money is he
Greenbacks.
asking for this? For this?
I think he's asking for like $2,500.
10,000.
$10,000.
Wow.
I'm gonna go $5,000.
$5,000. Get your answers in. It's $1,000.
Oh wow, still a lot of
I
money.
think I would just immediately pay it.
So listen, he contacted the
G to get my
FWC.
pet of 18 years back.
I would say, can I use my American Express? And I'd get the turtle
Cancel
back
the
and then
charges.
call and be
Cancel the
like,
charges.
cancel the charge. I got
Be like,
scammed.
what charges?
I got scammed by this thing. Cancel it.
100%. Or Venmo. You can cancel a Venmo. FWC and the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office to get a
Lou Pinellas.
resolution. PCSO says they have a report, but it's considered a civil matter. So they're like, we're not helping you. Wow. So Westland eventually paid how much to get his tortoise home?
Who do you think they negotiated?
What do you think?
$750.
$750?
$12.50.
$12.
$12.50. The price
Over
went up.
I think he
asking
said,
price.
he said, "Oh, you're gonna call?
Wow.
You're gonna call the cops?
Damn.
It's $12.50.
$615.
He paid $975. And
Almost.
You're asking, Brad.
That's not really a negotiation. That's like on House Hunters when they're like they were asking $160,000 and we negotiated and got it for $159.5.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I think we did pretty good.
Nothing
Although
gets
in
by us.
some housing markets, paying anything below asking is doing pretty good.
That's true.
Miraculous
That's true.
victory. I still can't believe I had to pay money to get my own pet back. More money than all my pets have cost combined, he said. Yates is well known when it comes to animals in the Tampa Bay area.
he's an asshole.
He has helped authorities catch loose monkeys, once held big cats, baboons, and other exotics on his property. Yates was even featured on the popular Netflix series Tiger King.
What?
Oh, I don't like this
Was
guy.
he?
Wait, this is the guy?
Yeah.
The blonde dude?
No, that's not.
What
no,
was that guy's name?
That
No,
was
Doc.
Doc Antle.
Wow, why do I
not
have,
Doc
why,
Antle.
Why do we have that in our
Doc
head?
Antle, who was like a rapist, not that
Doc
guy.
Antle.
Not Doc?
Not Doc Antle. Yates is Vernon Yates. Is a different
Vernon
person.
Yates. All right. So 10
It's gonna
Tampa
drive me
Bay
nuts.
talked to Yates about the situation. When somebody has, here we go. When somebody has to pay for something, they're not happy.
He probably killed that
So
woman's
no,
wife
do I
or
expect him to open up his arms and hug me? No. Is it going to bother me? Nah, said Yates, who explained he charges $200 to pick up and transport the tortoise, plus $25 a day to board it. If you stop and look at it, it actually runs. Why did he pick it up anyway?
Oh, dude,
because
you
he
know who
saw-
Vernon Yates is?
Because he saw the
I'll show you
opportunity.
exactly who he is.
Who is
That
he?
guy with no teeth who was in a...
That guy's Vernon.
Oh, I don't remember him. at all.
Remember him?
Yates.
No,
he was
but
like
looks
one
an
of those guys.
asshole.
I think he was the guy who was sitting on like an office chair on his porch.
He looks like he runs the HOA.
Doesn't he like run sitting on an office chair on the porch?
I don't like
He
that
looks
guy.
like a guy who's never lost a deal on a turtle. He's never come out on the bottom.
No, he doesn't
Never
come out on the
once.
bottom of the truck. All right,
Now,
listen.
if he had come to me and said, like, hey, just so you know, I
Just a
usually
picture
charge
of him with a raccoon.
I charge the city $250 to pick up an animal, and I also charge to board animals $25 a day.
And
I don't
also,
think you could have picked a better person to have found your animal. I literally run a sanctuary.
Sure.
Let's hope that's all real sanctuary, not money making sanctuary. And
Daniel.
I'm just saying, it comes out to somewhere around $500. Is there anything we can do? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, dude, here's $600. Thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah,
With that
yeah.
sort of attitude about it.
Right. But listen to this. The dispute may be decided in a civil court.
There you go.
As Westland says he plans on suing to get his money back.
Great.
A legal expert we spoke to, and by we I mean me and Randy.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
Tampa 10. Tampa 10 spoke
10.
to says that he may have a case as animals are considered
May.
property under Florida law. Quote, I just don't see
And so
much
are
success.
wives.
Yes, it's Florida law.
I just don't see much success that the court would say, yes, you're required to pay this guy $1,000 for the boarding fees when he never asked for that. And candidly, the guy never really did anything to find the owner, Attorney Charles Gallagher said.
I bet the court says you owe him compensation for the food costs and what he get. Like he'll end up having to pay like $200.
So
You have to
what-
show receipts.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I would do is send a private investigator over to this dude's place and be like, you got a lot of violations over here, my dude.
Or you take
And
one of his turtles and you go, we
Yeah.
have to charge you for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be $2,000.
I think you got to go John Wick. I'm surprised there wasn't a John Wick
Just
situation.
beat him
with
up
this
down a
turtle
staircase?
business. Yeah, beat him up
Yes.
down the stairs. Get Boban Marjanovic to hit him with a book.
I love Bob. God,
Bob.
God bless him. God bless him.
For now, Weston said he's just glad Shelby is eating grass back at home. By grass, he means weed. And he's working to fortify her enclosure so she doesn't get out. Any creature around you for a number of years, let alone 18 years, is a connection that money's not really what it's about.
No,
Wes.
it's about love.
It's about love, and
Don't
it's
you
about getting
steal this-
scammed
God
out
damn
of money by this guy.
That is story one.
Story number one in the
Down the
books.
books. When we come back, we'll talk about Ian Karmel. He's an author. We're going to talk about his new book, is the tour for all fantasy, everything, everywhere, all at once, and we'll tell you what we have going on. It's Dumb People Town with Ian Karmel.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Hope you had a nice break. You didn't switch channels, podcasting channels, flipping down the dial. We're back here with Ian Karmel. Before we get to all the great stuff he has going on, we should tell you we are going to be, because I know when this is going to drop. We actually know exactly when this is going to drop.
strong about it?
I feel strong about it on June 12th.
Nice.
So next week, we're going to be in Dallas at the Hyenas Club on Wednesday. I believe it's
Wednesday, Fort Worth on the 19th. The 20th, Thursday, we're going to be in the Downtown Club.
Downtown Club.
These
I
are
love these
great clubs. We want to fill them.
Fill them with you
Fill 'em
guys,
with our
and
people.
we love you. And then on Friday and Saturday night, we'll be at the Secret Group in Houston. I love that club. We love doing shows there, and we hung out with you at the Come
Absolutely.
and Take It Comedy Festival,
Yeah.
which was so much fun.
That was fun.
really fun. You and Joe DeRosa and us. That was and you. That
And
was
Kindler. Wasn't Kindler in there,
and
too?
Colin Quinn was fantastic. What a great
And
festival!
you and I and Avery Moore drafted buffets.
Yes, we did.
An
At
unreleased
the,
All Fantasy Everything episode.
Unreleased, a great
Yes.
lost one.
Yes.
The
They lost the audio there.
Yeah.
So anyway, anyway, so we'll be
Andrew
there.
Young.
It was too good.
We'll be there, and then on the 25th, we're doing a Tag It at Largo, which you both have done Tag It, which is like my favorite show to do with our friends.
I love that shit. That was so much fun at
God.
Moon Tower. What a
Oh,
blast that was.
amazing.
God, that
It's a party
was fun.
show. It's a
So he
party
did in
Party
LA
show.
and he did in Moon Tower. Daniel will have you come back and do one again with us too. It's just our friends do their sets. We pitch them tags afterwards. It's collaborative. It's fun. So superscholars.com for all that stuff. We'll probably be doing something. We're writing on the Kevin Hart Olympics thing. We're working on that, and we'll probably be doing some stuff on that. So we'll let you know as that stuff goes on and other things that are happening. Ian, let's talk about the book.
Yes.
It's out. It was out. As this drops on the 12th, it was out yesterday on the 11th.
Came out
Get it.
yesterday.
You
Get
can
it
go
right
get
now.
it right
Get it
now.
right
now. Talk about the book and why people should get it, which is
It's called If I Did It by O.J. Simpson.
Wait a minute.
Now,
Hang
wait
on
a
a second.
minute.
You can do the unauthorized version.
Can't sue me now.
He's dead now.
And it's told from Nicole's perspective.
It's told from the ghost of
Knock
Okay.
it off. What is it?
It's called T-Shirt Swim Club. I'm still fat, but I weighed 420 pounds of my absolute fattest. I was a fat
You were 420?
420,
Four
baby.
spins.
It's kind of the most fun weight to be. 'Cause
You are not still fat, my man.
I'm
You're
still
a big dude. You're
I'm a big dude.
but you're
6'3"?
6'3".
So this is about the
6'3".
perspective in life.
This is 13 essays. It's a memoir in 13 essays, but it's also just writing about being fat in America, my experience like being a fat kid, high schooler, in college.
You
a
were
fat
always
person in
from
comedy,
young all the whole way.
all the whole way, like fat the entire time. And there's a lot of funny stories. I think there's a lot of stories that people, if you were ever a fat kid, you're going to relate to.
Yep.
And I wrote these 13 essays. My little sister, who is also a fat person who lost a bunch of weight,
Amazing.
and she got her doctorate in clinical psychology.
Wow.
So she became a doctor. I became a stand-up comedian. She
Both of you
responds-
kind of deal with the human condition. in
Both of
certain
us deal with
ways.
it. Right, exactly.
Observing and
Dude, my
commenting
wife is
on-
a clinical psychologist, and I am a comedian. I
You're a
understand
comedian.
that pairing.
Those pairings go well together.
Yes.
Two great tastes that taste great together. And she responds to each of the essays kind of, I do it with comedy and empathy, and then she comes in it with,
Oh, so you wrote this book together.
together. Yeah, we wrote it together.
Beautiful. What's that like working with a sibling?
It was It honestly, it's really difficult. How's that for you?
Can we please continue
I
to
can
talk
hear
about this?
you.
Dude, that is
was
amazing. What a treat.
Phenomenal. We've gotten great feedback from it. We got quotes from Roxanne Gay, read it and loved it. Shea Serrano, Seth Meyers, James Corden.
Amazing.
This Dr. Harriger from Pepperdine, who my sister was very, very excited about. I don't understand what any of that means.
You're talking about the Harriger files?
The Harriger
files.
The Harrigers were on
You
board.
got the Harriger? You got the Harriger
Where'd
comment?
you got the Harrigers? I don't even need you to buy any books.
Where is the Harriger
I'm
quote?
trying to sell the Harrigers a nice plot of land, and if I
Where
had
is the Harriger quote?
Is the Harriger
I had
quote
the leads.
confirmed? Is
We
it
are
confirmed?
still missing the Harriger quote.
We
Where
will
is the
not go
Harriger-
to press without the Harriger quote. So we locked down the Harriger quote. I think it's so hard selling stuff. I really think it's funny, and it's something
It
that
is, because
I
everything you
poured-
do is funny.
Well, thank you very much.
but it's
And
personal.
This is something I poured my whole heart into, my whole congested, overly large heart into.
So do you know-
And yeah,
Do
really.
the essays?
I wanna find
do the
a picture
essays
of our
go
dad.
like through your life,
Chronologically?
or are they just different perspectives at any time?
So they go through my life chronologically, but
Okay.
then each of them also deals with a different thing. So the one about like grade school and middle school
Yeah.
is through the lens of pop culture. So I talk about
Gotcha.
Fat Bastard,
Yeah.
Eric Cartman, even like
Yeah,
Jabba the
sure.
Hutt. Like how in Star Wars, I talk about how Darth Vader is fat guy stolen valor.
right.
Right? So the only fat people we're given in Star Wars are Jabba the Hutt and then X-Wing pilot whose name is Porkins.
Yep.
His name is fucking Porkins.
A little on the nose.
I mean,
Come on.
You guys are better than that.
Jabba the Hutt is on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what I like,
Yeah.
and then, but Darth Vader, who's like one of the coolest villains in the entire thing, asthmatic,
Yes.
like
I mean-
loves magic.
Is there anything? Is there
These
any?
are all fat guy qualities.
Maybe this will be a second edition if you didn't
Has
do
to
it.
choke other
But is
people.
there anything about like John Candy or Chris Farley or anything?
Why do you talk about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta find a picture of Jay. Find a picture of our dad. So I don't know if we've ever told you. Have we ever told you this? Our dad was a fat guy.
Yeah.
And like just the best of all fat guys. Like just a great guy who was funny and like but never lost weight. He lost a little bit. He lost weight. He was like 5'8" and was probably most of the time hovered around like 250 to 275.
Yeah.
Which is just big, and he was unhealthy, and cancer got him, but diabetes really didn't make it easy.
Sure.
So, I mean, all that stuff. But you look like him. You remind us of him in like, but what about the one when we were little? When we were little, the bigger version of you reminds us of him. So when we see Dad with us, when we isn't that very Ian Karmel-esque?
Absolutely.
Mustache summer.
Dude, look at that. That it he reminds.
You can see the joy seeping through that man's
But there's
pores.
a you in him that I don't know. I've always felt connected to you, and I don't know if we ever told you that, but because we see. So we never knew our dad when he was young. We knew him. I mean, he was youngish, but we didn't know him in that way. But when we hang out with you and you're a funny guy, it reminds us like, oh, this must have been what he was like at that time.
Well,
so
that's
I
so-
always
that's
have that connection to you.
Incredibly touching to hear that. That's very nice.
I mean, we love you, but it goes even deeper, is what I'm saying.
There's only so much energy in the universe, and it has to go somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm glad to
Maybe
have
it
scooped up a
found
little
its
bit
way. A
of his.
little Dick Sklar found its
Yeah.
way over to you. That's
Hell
wonderful.
yes. Hell yes.
Well, I love this book, and I love this idea.
Say the title again.
T-shirt swim club.
T-shirt swim club.
Yeah.
T-shirt swim
Plus
club.
all fantasy. Everything's.
Are you
going
going to take? Are copies going to be with you when you're on tour?
Yeah, if
Okay.
you so we're also then All Fantasy Everything, my podcast where we fantasy draft. All of you have done it.
I love
And
it.
we
But we
didn't
didn't do it
have
with
any
you.
back-
We did
But no,
diners.
We did
Diners
diners.
was fun.
Oh,
We
beautiful.
drafted a dive bar live at High Plains.
Oh, that was one of the most fun times I've ever.
Our live
had.
episodes are super fun. We're going on tour. I'll rattle off the dates really quick. We're going to be in Brooklyn, June 11th, Philadelphia, June 12th, Brooklyn, June 13th. We're going back. Then we're going to D.C. on the 14th, Toronto on the 15th,
Great.
and Boston on the 16th.
Amazing.
1 day break, 17th in Pittsburgh, 18th in Cleveland.
Where are you playing in Pittsburgh?
We are playing Bottle Rocket.
Oh, what is that?
It's so there's these great like venues that are popping up in these
I love
cities that I
this.
think don't have
comedy
comedy in them.
Yeah,
And Bottle Rocket is one of them. They also do concerts, but apparently it's fantastic.
really.
Nice.
There's another one in New Orleans, which we're not doing on the AFE tour, called
Joy.
Sports Drink.
Oh,
You guys know about this?
Did you did stand up there, right?
I did stand up.
How
there.
was
it?
It looked awesome.
It's-
I usually do Dragon's Den, and I love those guys. I love. Shout out.
But
Vince,
how big is
Oh
it?
yeah,
But I've
What are
heard
we talking?
Sports Drink is
tiny.
Okay.
It's tiny, tiny, tiny. You fit. They cram like 80 people in there for a show. You don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
But you do, 4 or 5 of them.
Sure.
And you're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So you're there.
Wait,
right
did
on
we
Max
do that,
Zane.
Ran? Yeah, we may have done.
We may have done. Is it like
This is a coffee shop that they set up a
okay,
little
no.
stage in.
We did a
Yeah.
different.
we did a different like
little
80
theater.
seater? It was really cool.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
I love it. I love it.
Reminded me
You're
of the
doing
lyric.
Chicago. You're doing
Oh
Minneapolis.
yeah, we're doing Chicago. We sold that out. We're adding a second show.
Amazing.
Just for the sickos who want to double dip or anyone who missed it.
Do
then we're
it.
doing
It's
Cleveland,
going to be a different
Detroit,
show.
Minneapolis.
Twice, it's a different show.
Every time it's a different show. And I'll be selling books at each of these. You can also get them anywhere that books are sold and bookshop.org.
Love it.
Where you
Dude,
can buy
support
logo
this.
It's
towels.
going to be my summer read up at the cabin.
I
love
can't
it.
wait.
All
I
right,
cannot wait.
Daniel,
to read
let's
You
jump.
ready?
in. Yes.
Send it by Ben Potter at Potter100.
Potter 100.
I don't normally do this, but I'm going to start out the story by just showing you a photo.
Oh my god.
Glorious.
Who it is?
It's a man who looks like he's got a carpet wrapped
Around him. And that's it.
It doesn't not look like me from the back. I'll say that.
Also, snow on the ground, so it's freezing.
Freezing.
It's freezing.
Freezing.
Like
He looks like he's
shoeless.
wrapped in the blanket you didn't know you had in the car.
Right.
Wait, we've got one of those.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's under where you open the flap where the spare tire is.
Yeah, it's
Naked.
wrapped around the tire.
I was
Headline-
looking for that.
Headline is this: Naked driver arrested in bizarre Cambridge incident. This is from the Toronto
Naked
Sun.
trucker.
Naked trucker.
Video has surfaced of a bizarre rampage over the weekend in Cambridge, the great Cambridge rampage, that resulted in charges for a naked driver. I'm going to ask you guys. Honest. No, personal question.
How long?
Have any of you driven a car naked?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Even barefoot, I feel.
I will say this,
Barefoot
though.
is- barefoot's
I
dumb.
have driven a car with my shirt off.
Yeah.
Like
I've done
in
that
the
too.
countryside where no one's
Summertime.
around.
I've done it
Summertime,
up the,
arm
I've
out
done it
the
up at the
window.
cabin.
That's great.
Up at the
That-
cabin, I've done
that
it.
feels good, right?
Yes, you do feel
But
like
like, can you imagine no
Pantsless?
pants
No.
on a vinyl
I've
seat?
done just a swimsuit. Like
I've done a bathing
no
suit.
socks, no shoes,
No socks,
shirt.
no shoes. I need like something between my foot and that
And
pedal.
the pedal.
Yeah.
Dan, you weren't afraid that your foot was going to
Just going
slip
down-
off?
just driving down to the lake.
I don't care,
it's a
Dan.
little
No,
weird.
I'm worried
No,
about you.
Not going to slip off at all. I got
Worried
that.
Put on an
toe
aqua
going.
sock for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Put on a neoprene.
Surveillance footage captured on Saturday. You want to guess when?
I mean, I saw the
Yeah, you're right.
daytime, so I'm
4,
going to say
4 p.m.
Okay.
4 p.m. on Saturday.
That looked like 10 a.m.
This guy's
to me.
into it.
I was thinking it was a wraparound. You know what I mean? Where we get like
Could
a
have been
7
the night,
a.m.
the night that led into the 10 a.m.
Captured it just after 4 p.m. and posted to YouTube. Come on.
Nice.
Begins with
Don't do
a
that. Is it
car.
getting likes? Is it getting views? Is it getting
Begins
hits?
with a car accident and ends with a naked man pinned to the snow-covered ground by emergency personnel.
Oh my
The
god!
wild melee starts with a white car flying around a corner on residential Lardner Street.
Lardner.
In Hespeler.
That's what I would describe this guy as. He's a real Lardner.
He's a Lardner.
He's a Lardner. What does that mean?
A ring Lardner.
He's a-
This is either a typo or a new word I didn't know. Flies around a corner on residential Lardner Street in Hespeler, careering into.
Should have been careening.
That's what I
They
thought
screwed
as
that.
well. But I was
Career.
like, maybe
he's a career Lardner.
He's a career Lardner. All right, he comes by it honestly.
He's careering his way right down the street.
it
He's
kinda
made
sounds
a life lardering. Lardnering.
If careering and careening are both words, we need to have a summit.
Yes.
Get rid of one of them.
Careering.
If Ray Fiennes wants to do another acting job, the constant Lardner. he's constantly lardering.
Yeah.
Lardering.
The Constant Lardner would be a great movie, like a biopic about that time to make the donuts guy.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is great.
That poor guy.
Let me try to get an older reference next time.
I
next time I
know.
speak.
I've done Pop-Tarts.
It is mustache summer.
All right, so he careers into a car in front of it and sending that car flying into someone's front yard and into a parked vehicle.
Wow. Okay, why is that car's in neutral? Like,
No,
how
I
can
think
you
he hit it that hard.
No, he hit it that hard, and
Yes.
it flipped into
The damaged
a
white
Careered?
car.
It careered into a
parked car.
The damaged white car, that's the one this guy's in, comes to rest on a snowbank, and a naked man wrapped in a blanket emerges from the car and flees on foot.
Wow.
According to Waterloo
It's
Regional
easy when you're
Police-
holding up the blanket.
Right. I didn't do this.
Nope.
According to Waterloo
Pay no
Regional
attention.
Police, the man in question is said to have next entered a restaurant in a local plaza and caused property damage.
Well, no one.
Just by sitting on
Just-
in a booth.
I know.
Yes.
With
Well,
his naked
we gotta
ass.
get that. Now we got a power wash.
It's a pizza place, right? We're all picturing a pizza place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
It's an Oban pan.
It's a CC's. They're like, there's a guy in here, and there's no more macaroni and cheese pizza. So pick one or the other.
Cecil Whitaker's.
But we gotta fix it.
There's a guy, or it's a DD Reese. There's a guy in here.
Yeah.
Dan, just
There's a guy in here,
And
you're out of dessert pizza. So pick one and fix.
well, let's get the dessert pizza. What's the guy doing? He's naked. He's naked. He's
He got a blanket.
Fix the dessert pizza first.
the treats of pizza.
Yeah. Old school Pizza Hut buffet.
The treatza.
We used to go.
Dude, me too.
The
I found
fear
one.
in their
I found
eyes.
one. There's one in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, and it's near
You and
Houston.
your sister coming. I mean,
Me and my
forget
sister. It was me and the football team. Like we would find these, like the
Yes.
Godfather's Pizza had this pizza
Yes.
buffet when we would walk in,
Destroy
and the
it.
guy would just
Someone's like-
bundle up his apron and throw it on the ground.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
We're closing early tonight.
I once watched a high school basketball team show up to an old country buffet, and it was it was chaos.
Lights
Game
out.
on.
Lights
oh
out.
my gosh!
So don't let the big guys get
Shout
it.
out OCB. Okay. So then he entered the pizza place that we made up
We made
in a local plaza and caused property damage. After that, he returned to the scene of the crash. All right, I'm back. What happened?
What?
Right?
Hey, did you guys see what happened to my car?
Where's crazy up
Where's
there.
the guy?
Did you lose your stand?
Yeah, but I'm
fix
gonna hold it.
No.
No, I'm gonna hold it.
Okay, fine. Hold it.
Fine.
All right. After that, he returned to the scene of the crash and attempted to drive off in his damaged car. But two tow trucks blocked him in, so he was gone for a while.
Yeah.
I love that the tow trucks are like, we are going. That's the end of this right now.
He rammed one truck and
him
again fled on foot. No, he likes holding
like
it. This time into a nearby house. Are you going to mount it? Yeah. Mount it. Keep talking. I'm not. I don't want you guys to miss a thing. This is like an Aerosmith song.
This is like an Aerosmith song. Wait, but I love that he came. So that is a typical thing
it.
of murders, right? They come back to the scene of.
They come back to
oh,
the
There's also an excitement in that.
yeah, like let me.
But he was just full.
Yeah.
Full and
Ugh,
naked.
I am stuck. What are you guys doing here?
What happened here?
I'm a careering.
I'm
Leave me
careering.
alone. Okay, so he rams one of the tow trucks and again fled on foot. This time into a nearby house.
Oh God.
The scene is
Why are
one of
people leaving their homes
controlled
open?
chaos.
Yeah, boy.
with paramedics, tow truck drivers,
Yeah.
firefighters, police, bystanders, and others. What others are there? Elves?
No, just people are like, I get a chance to tackle this
But
guy.
if you're not a paramedic, a tow truck driver, a firefighter, a police officer, or a bystander, what are
Daniel,
you?
He's creating jobs.
It sounds like it's a Benny Hill sketch, so I'm assuming it's a French maid, a girl in a bikini.
Yes.
It's all done in fast motion.
Yeah.
a naked woman then running by
Guy
the
in a
screen.
gorilla outfit. I mean, the dude
An
with
old guy.
guy with a
bald-
pith hat and a
Yes.
butterfly net.
So listen to this. I'm going to read it all again. The scene is one of controlled chaos with paramedics, tow truck drivers, firefighters, police, bystanders, and others calmly trying to corral the man.
Calmly.
A good Samaritan held out the driver's blanket so he could cover himself again, at which point he ran off once more.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have all those people and you let him go?
Yeah, dude. I can't believe you didn't form a wall.
a guy with a rug.
Canada.
If he gets away,
Canada.
you make this a town tradition, and that it is now the Great Blanket Race
the
once
great,
a year.
The Great Blanket Run.
Yes.
The Great Blanket.
The naked blanket
He
run.
becomes sort of a folk hero.
You got to get reservations for that Pizza Hut like a year and a half in advance.
Easily in advance.
If your
And that's
town-
just for indoor. Outdoor, if you want to be on the patio.
forget it.
Dan, if
Forget
your town has a sense of humor, you commission a high-level artist to make like a 20-foot statue of a guy holding a
We
carpet.
got the great picture.
Give
of
me
him.
your poor. You're
He
tired.
could be any of us.
You're naked.
Someone is heard on the video asking passerbys to keep back from the man. He was eventually tackled by emergency personnel and held down in the snow until authorities could transport
That
him
is cold.
to the hospital for undisclosed treatment.
Held down
And
in
his
the
schwanz
snow.
is out,
I
too.
mean,
It's the
everything.
worst time for that to
Just
be.
a naked
It's really
tush.
cold. It's not
Yeah.
how it normally is.
Two other people, another
I'm a
driver,
grower, not a shower.
another driver and a resident were also taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the Cambridge resident faces charges including careless driving,
And careless-
dangerous
and
operations
careless
of a motor
whispering.
vehicle,
He's never going to dance again.
He's never gonna
break
dance.
and enter,
Break
commit
and enter.
indictable offense, that'd be assault,
Ramming.
careering down the street.
Careering.
race motor vehicle, fail to
Who wrote this? A
fail to
6-year-old?
properly wear a seatbelt. Come on.
Fail.
At that point,
I mean, he's not wearing anything. You think he's going to put on a seat?
and speeding, he was held for
gonna
bail.
chafe.
He was held for bail hearing.
right.
We'll get out of here on this.
How old?
How old
We saw.
We saw the back
is
of
the
him.
naked blanket bandit
Naked Blanket Bandit.
He didn't look
on
old.
Lardner?
He did not look old.
Didn't
Did
look
not look
old.
old. He did not look like
20
I'll give you another
24.
peek.
24.
I'll give you another peek.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I'm going to
He
say.
looks like the dad from Young Sheldon.
I think he's 41.
41. I think he looks like the guy who stole Pee Wee's bike.
That's right.
He does.
Francis.
Yeah,
That guy-
Francis.
that guy looks like
Leave me
he's
alone, Francis.
41.
Okay, what do you
when
say,
he was
41
playing.
from
No, he said
It's okay, Francis.
That's good. Rand said
Francis.
41. Jay?
41.
Oh, what do you want to say?
I was 24.
24.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 30.
One of you is 1 year off.
Okay.
So now
40.
all of you get to
go
go
up.
up
Judd,
a year
Judd
or down
Apatow, this is 40.
40,
25.
25,
31.
31. The Lardner Naked Bandit, Naked Blanket Bandit,
Constant Lardner.
Careening.
is
Careering.
40 years old.
Oh, Judd Apatow, this is 40.
God,
That's
good
how
for
we
him
do
for
it.
getting out there.
Right?
He looks good.
He does look good for
looks
40.
good.
I absolutely love it.
All right,
Well,
so
he's careering it.
This is maybe the weirdest hiding place ever for a man.
all right, that's our
So
third
this
story.
story-
Dan's going to tell you what he's doing and how you
Yeah.
can support him. We got Ian Karmel here. The book, one more time, say the name of it so we know.
It's
T-shirt
T-shirt
Swim
Swim
Club.
Club. I
T-shirt
know it.
Swim
It's
Club.
fantastic.
The Lion, the Witch, and the T-shirt swim club.
I am. But
Can I-
by the way, I need a summer book. I'm so
When we come back,
excited.
I have a
to
very
read
curious
this.
question for Ian.
Will
as
you
well.
sign a book for me if I
I would
buy
love
it?
to sign a book for you.
I'm
I'll
very
sign any book for
I'm
you.
gonna. Oh, you'll sign anything?
Literally
a
any
copy
book.
of
Catcher in the Rye?
War and
Put it in
Peace,
front of me. War and
Shogun,
Peace.
Shogun.
War
You
and
sign
Peace,
Shogun?
Warren G, Warren
Okay,
whatever,
good.
Warren G. Harding.
Warren G. Harding. All right, having things. All right, we'll be right back with more Dumb People Talk. Karmel right now.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
The show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, what are you proud of that you've accomplished or in your life or your family's life or people that you know in 2024? Daniel.
I'll be honest with you. It is a hard thing for me to sometimes stop
And say, this is what I've done.
This is what I've done. I'm happy about
Yeah.
this. I worked really hard. It especially in what we do, and it's not uncommon for a lot of types of careers where it's always like, okay, what's the next rung on the ladder?
Right.
And I don't mean that necessarily in terms of like fame or stardom. Just like, okay, can I do this now? Can I work on this thing? Can I go to this club? It's
So
like
your
hey,
movie came out this year,
Sure.
which
Well,
is amazing.
And I think therapy has actually
Yeah.
helped me celebrate a little bit,
which is what they want you to
like
do
put
at
things into
BetterHelp.
words
Yeah.
and be like, hey,
Yep.
I'm proud of myself.
Yep.
It's not always easy to say. I'm willing to admit that.
Getting my junior year high school daughter through her junior year, which was an extremely rigorous year, and my daughter completing college. Like, I feel like I had a hand completing her first year of college. Those are huge accomplishments.
Right, but all that stuff is busy. Sorry, Jay. I was just gonna say all that stuff is busy. Like in a busy life, whether you're a doctor or a teacher or you're a comedian, actor, writer, podcaster, editor, at times like we are. That's why I love BetterHelp, is because it's always like there and you can set it up.
My
and
God.
it's easy.
But it isn't. And sometimes people think therapy. My wife is a therapist, so I understand therapy. They think it's like, we got to deal with this massive traumatic situation that's happening right now. And sometimes it's great for that. Other times, like, I feel like I've gotten a little better this year in living in the unknown and just having it be unknown.
Right.
Like, not trying to decide the outcome and be like, this is going to go horribly, and so that I can cut it off in case it goes horribly.
And this is always it works for us, guys. We're saying basically, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
Absolutely.
It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire. You get matched with a licensed therapist, and I've said this many times.
So good.
We get to do these ads. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
So life moves
Find
fast.
somebody who's right for you.
Life move fast. Take a moment. Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey kids, we're back. It's Daniel and us, and I have a story. And before we jump into my story, that is the final story.
hear
of
what I'm
Dumb
up
People
to?
Town. Yes, Dan, please.
July 16th through the 21st, I'm doing Hub City Comedy Week. It's a week of my own shows at the Lincoln Lodge every single night. Every show is going to be themed
Chicago.
completely differently. Adam Caton Holland's going to be in town. Other comics are going to come and just hang in Chicago with me.
When are you there?
July 16th
July, okay.
to the
'Cause you're gonna be there in
21st.
I might. We're visiting the wife's family. I might hit you up.
Yes!
Honestly,
Dude, if
you
you're
will
in
have
town,
been,
you
will
go.
be the fourth or fifth comic who's like, what if I just come hang at the Lincoln Lodge and do a show?
You
You
absolutely
can jump
should.
on anything about their shows every single night.
Chicago in the summertime?
That's
best.
why,
Baby.
and you need a new hour.
Yeah.
All of it.
Why not?
I know.
Come on.
For
It's
God's
great.
sake.
DanielVanKirk.com for that. Keep an eye out for my new podcast right here on All Things Comedy called The Midnight Air. It's an overnight, late night radio podcast for people who can't sleep.
Half hour
or
long.
Are
Great.
trying to.
Perfect.
It's awesome.
Perfect
I love
length.
it. I think you will too. And then you can watch Wine Club for free on Tubi. It's my movie.
So funny.
It's
Dan's
me.
so good in it.
I'm in way more than one scene. I'm in like all of them.
Dude, he is the
carry
lead
the
of the
movie.
movie.
So
It's
go
good.
check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And then Rose Gold is on YouTube.
Let's get him up over 100,000 views.
We're at 70 something right now.
It's phenomenal.
Get him up.
It's so good.
So good.
Speaking of the Lincoln Lodge,
Storytelling.
Yeah,
and
that's where I
beauty.
shot it. I'm
Back
going
to the
back.
scene
You're going
of the
back to
crime.
the scene
I
of the
closed
crime.
an hour out there, and I'm starting.
And you're going to be
an hour there.
naked with just a blanket wrapped around
We
you.
are doing a naked blanket theme
Also,
show.
you had custom merch for the Rose Gold thing too.
Oh, the
Yeah,
merch.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shirt is cool as hell. I want one. I love that shirt. I got to buy one.
Okay.
Shall I jump into this?
Oh, yeah, I have one quick question.
sure.
Curious question.
T-shirt. How long did you labor how you were going to spell it on the cover?
To me, it was no doubt a T with a dash.
you
T-dash
went
shirt.
dash?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no question.
And
Unless it's not. And I have to-
No, I think everything's
I think it is
acceptable.
T dot.
T-dash.
I think
T-dash.
officially you are correct.
That's
I
the
have to
only
look at
way
my
I
book
know
now.
how to spell it.
are you? And please tell me,
I
you're,
think
you're
people
making
accept
t-shirt.
T-dash.
You're
T-dash.
making
T-dash is correct.
You're making t-shirt swim club t-shirt.
Absolutely.
Swim shirts.
A blue tie dye. It's just a T-shirt because a swim shirt is not the traditional fat guy cannon.
no.
Exactly.
It's got to be a cotton.
It needs to
it's
be
gotta
like a 1992 Gus Macker tournament.
It's got to suck to your torso in a way.
Yes.
in
that, like-
areas that it shouldn't be.
And I
where-
have to ask you a dumb
Yeah.
follow-up question for dumb people time. You've hopefully hundreds of times
Yeah.
seen the Onion news segment with the kid
No.
who wears a T-shirt and they treat it like a morning news. They're like, we have a new kid on us today. Now, he has found a way to keep everyone at the pool from finding out that he is fat. Why don't you tell everybody what we do? And
No,
it's
I never
this
saw
little
that.
fat kid with a raspy voice. This came out like in 2005, and he's like, I wear a t-shirt. And they go, and you're saying that the shirt acts as a protective force field, if you will, so that people can't tell you're fat. He's like, yeah, it works, and nobody knows. They're like, what a crazy. I'm going to send it to you.
I
as
love
soon
So
as
do you
we're
want to
done
know
here.
the craziest thing about that whole story? Do you know who that kid actually grew up to be?
Shut up.
Nikola Jokic.
No, what about the
He
other
loved
clip?
horses.
That other clip where the news guy was being so mean to that kid, where he was talking about how he was being. You know this clip. You've seen that.
Which
It's
one?
like, what'd they call you? And he's like, fat. And he starts listing more insults. The
That's
news
it.
guy.
That's it. That's the same thing.
That's the same clip.
Yes.
Oh, it's the
Yes.
same one? Oh,
Yes.
that's great.
Yes.
I have
so
a clip
funny.
that I put up on my Instagram of an actual newscaster being horrible to me.
Oh.
When I was like 16, we did this thing where the football team would go on the local news after a game.
Yes, of course.
And they bring the whole team into the studio, and they had this gimmick where they would make someone like eat gross food out of a can.
Ooh.
And he was like, this newscaster, like in his 50s probably, comes over and is just like bullying me the entire
God, I
hour.
hate him.
I
Fat
don't
joke,
like this
fat
guy.
joke.
Where's
fat
he
joke.
now?
this guy.
Where's he? Where's
So
his
no, you
book?
play that clip and then you say book available.
God, it's
that
exactly
thing
what I did.
made this book.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh,
love
man.
All right, I'm going to
Beautiful.
do
We
this
sold
story.
15 copies. 15 total? 15 total.
We're getting it up.
15
We're getting it
total.
up.
No, that's going to get up.
All right, sent in by the story by Justin at Justin is a clone. There you go. Are you ready for this? Man hides in chest of drawers, uses
Whoa.
Man hides steamroller.
Man hides in chest of drawers.
chest of drawers, uses whiteboard in an attempt to evade deputies.
Okay. So he
Lakeland
just climbed into the
This
dress.
is like,
But
by the way,
that's
that's an
wild.
apartment in Japan.
Yeah.
Lakeland, Florida. Florida man wanted by deputies on several charges. So he's got to He's got to figure
got
out a way to
priors.
get out.
He's got priors.
Yeah. You either get naked, grab a blanket, and run into a pizza place, or you jump into chest of drawers. We're now figuring out what that's like. Allegedly posted a sign on a whiteboard outside a house that claimed he did not live in the residence. That's going to fool him. Hey, honey, let's...
Don't look in here, it said on the sign.
I don't think this is the same story, but we did do a story once where someone said,
I'm not here.
yeah, he doesn't live here, but I don't remember if it was with the
Dave
sign.
doesn't live here anymore.
Because I don't remember being in a chest of
Looney
drawers.
Tunes logic.
Right.
Man, where it's like, I'm not here.
Yeah. Deputies were not buying
Dave's
it.
not here.
According to a news release from the Polk County Sheriff's Office, deputies attempted to locate. Are you serious? In the same? What was
Lardner?
No, the guy with the turtle. What's his name?
Merrick
Vernon
Westland?
Yates, right?
Yes.
Vernon Yates.
Johnny Stephen Yates is the guy's name.
And now we have a longtime fan and friend of the show named Stephen Elton Yates.
Stephen Elton.
So we
Yates.
went Vernon Yates. Okay, that feels like a reference to Stephen Elton Yates. Now we've gone
even closer.
Johnny Stephen
Stephen
Yates.
Yates.
And he might have just been Johnny Yates, and maybe I wrote Stephen in just to be silly, but come on.
I feel like these are the Florida Kennedys. I think
Yeah,
that's
the
right?
Yates,
The
right?
Yates.
Are you the Yates of
Yates
Florida?
over that state.
Are you the...
the Yates of Wrath.
Okay.
United Yates of America.
Yeah,
Thank
get
you.
on that mic. Get on
According
the mic.
to the sheriff's
Don't put
office,
on it.
when deputies arrived, they saw a whiteboard leaning against the window with a message that stated, Johnny Yates does, all caps, not live here. You dummy!
Although I will
Don't look in the dresser upstairs.
Yeah, I'm definitely not up
I
there.
will say, if you do have a home where he used to live, you probably are putting a sign out for cops saying, this guy does not live here anymore because you're sick of answering the door.
So you want to hear cops trying to be funny now?
Always.
The sheriff's office wrote, gee, a dry erase board never lied to us before. Should we believe it?
No.
That is funny.
It's like
we all work in comedy.
That's right.
And we
That's
have to
funny.
give credit.
We
where
have to
credit's
argue.
due.
You can't argue with funny.
That's very
the
funny.
message lost its credibility when deputies interviewed a person who left the house who allegedly said that Yates was inside the residence with several others. Hey, I know there's a sign that says Johnny Yates doesn't live here anymore, but is he? Yeah,
He's upstairs.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
inside.
He's
with
inside
some
the
other
drawers.
people.
Deputies used a loudspeaker to attempt to coax Yates outside, like he's a raccoon or something. But after an hour of negotiations, no progress had been made. Sheriff's office then tossed surrender smoke into the home, and 4 people exited.
Boy, does that feel like a sort of
Also,
cute name for tear gas.
surrender smoke.
Surrender smoke. Come on.
Also, if someone's on a bullhorn,
That should be the name of a strain of weed at like a dispensary.
Or at least a band at Warped Tour 98.
Yeah,
Surrender
surrender
smoke.
smoke.
They opened for the Spin Doctors.
Sort of ska,
One,
sort of
two.
not.
But here's the thing: if someone's on a bullhorn for an hour, being like, "Get Johnny Yates out of here," and you are in the house, the surrender smoke got 4 more people out of the house. Wouldn't you come out of the house?
Yeah, I don't
like
want to be
who's hanging
affiliated.
on to like be in the house and be like, I'm not coming out.
coming out yelling Attica.
Yates was not among them. So after a second round of smoke,
They double dipped on
Surrender smoke.
I double dipped on that smoke, Stone Cold Steve
If the
Austin.
surrender smoke doesn't work, we're going to be forced to use the suggestion projectiles.
If they're not playing Cheap Trick while they throw surrender smoke.
yeah.
Mama's all right.
Yeah, Daddy's all right. All right, Yates was not among them. So after the second round of smoke, deputies and Canine Dexter entered them.
ass.
We're going to get him out.
Stone Cold Steve. Are we sponsored by where the
We're sponsored by Surrender Smoke. Enter Stone. Let's check out. You're going to get them nuggets. Buy yourself some Surrender Smoke. You never know when you're going to have a big old buck running around your backyard trying to get that thing out of here.
Surrender smoke.
where the canine sniffed out the suspect. According to the sheriff's office, Yates was hiding in a modified chest of drawers. Modified. So meaning
he took out the
he took out
bottoms.
all the upper levels.
Yes.
So he
Just
climbed
took
to the bottom drawer.
Yes.
It looks like there's many drawers. They open the top drawer and they see he was arrested and booked in the Polk County Jail online booking records show. According to a criminal affidavit, he allegedly told deputies he ate methamphetamine and blue pills. In regards to the 4 people who weren't cooperating with the deputies, each one received a parting gift, a charge of resisting. Go out! This is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And an all-expense paid trip to Grady
so
Judd.
funny, so funny.
And an all-expense paid trip to Grady Judd's bed and breakfast. I'm thinking Grady Judd is the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yates remains in county.
But it would be cool if he
If
also
it was
ran
just a
bed and
restaurant.
breakfast.
He had a B&B.
Yeah, you gotta go to the
know what? Sorry about the charges. Just swing by. My wife.
He's always plugging it. Now, look, when you get out of here, if you have nowhere to go, may I suggest my own B&B?
I do an egg bake every morning.
Wine and cheese at 5. We are done at 5:30.
We do offer a special on Surrender Smoked sausages that you are going to love, darling.
I heard screaming last night near the showers. Is that? All right, so I'm going to finish on
haunted.
these 2 guesses. He's in county jail with the bail set for how much? Okay. How much is his bail set for?
I mean, he's got a lot of priors.
He do.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
he
going to
did
say bail's pretty high. I'm going to go $25K.
Okay, Jay, what do you think? God, so much, and the meth and the
I mean, you only need 10%
surrender
of
smoke
that if
costs
you can get
money.
a bail bondsman to.
I'm going to
run
say
it, which you-
50K.
which you probably
50K, what do you
can't.
think?
61,420.
Get your answers. Get your answers in, townies, because the bail was set at $44,500. You guys are in the same area.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
And we'll
Barack.
get out of here on this. How old is Johnny Stephen, quote unquote, Yates?
Yeah.
How old is Johnny Yates? Hid in a chest of a modified chest.
I mean,
of
he
drawers.
did some bad
You are a
things,
guest.
too.
Where do you want to go first? You want to go last? You want to go
I want to
Where
go
do you
first.
Okay.
And I think he's 31.
That is exactly what
Yeah,
I
wow.
I swear on everything Rochelle, Illinois,
Really?
I was going to go 31.
Were you really?
You know
Yes,
what?
I swear.
You want to get on board with me? Should we make it a joint guess?
We can do that,
We've
by
never
the way.
really done that.
You know what? I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go 31 too.
31.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think?
I'm going to say
Gentlemen's
38. 38 years old. All right, get your answers in, townies. Because
Two of you
the
are
book-
exactly right.
The book, one more time, T-Shirt
T-Shirt
Swim
Swim
Club,
Club.
which
T-Shirt Swim
also
Club.
sounds like an all-girl band.
Absolutely.
T-shirt swim, like indie rock, all-girl.
Yeah.
It's like we're opening for
T-shirt
girl.
swim club.
We're opening
Yeah.
for Teenage Fan Club.
Oh, and T-shirt swim club.
And we're also opening for Girl Pool. Teenage
Yes.
T-shirt.
I'm on a bill with a band called the Florida Yates. And they are never on time.
Johnny Stephen Yates. All right. We're on a bill with modified chest of drawers.
Modified chest of drawers and surrender smoke.
That's right. Surrender Smoke.
And
Okay.
Apple
we just did a
stereo.
whole lineup for a music festival.
There you go. Welcome to the Crab Fest. All right. So he is, get your answers in, 41 years old.
Oh,
Jay, you're right there.
Decade off.
You got the one right.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
one right.
Ian, I love the idea of the book. It is out now as this episode drops, so everyone go pick it up.
Pick it up. This is how you support comedians and artists. So they can do
Summertime
more.
reading, great essays.
It's a
Go
great-
see them live on tour. God, it's some of the best.
It's so
most fun
fun.
I've ever had on stage was doing a live.
It's
All
a real
Fantasy
fun
Everything.
even if you've never listened to All Fantasy Everything before, seeing us live again.
You'll know
it's
you
hard
become
to.
a fan of
I'm
the
not trying to be braggadocious. I think we put on a real fun live show.
We've all
seen it.
participated.
It's
We've all
electric.
learned.
Unreal live.
It's electric. We've seen it, and I will say this. I very much think people who love this podcast and what we do will love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
So check it
guys,
out.
we're out. And oh, snap, we got to get back to work. See ya.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.